Hi, this is Blake Levine, and today I want to do a talk about bipolar and figuring a way to relieve stress. So, for all of us, we can face times where there's a lot of issues and situations that are stressful. For me, as a father, often watching my children, there can be times where you get tired or overwhelmed or even feeling upset. And I've learned that for parents and those that live with bipolar, it can be really important to find ways to be calm and peaceful. And I just want to go over today this tutorial for parents that live with bipolar, how they can help themselves relieve stress. The first one is to figure out what allows you to feel more balanced. So for a lot of us, it's the normal taking medication and going to therapy and seeing our psychiatrist. But beyond that, and much further into our lives, because that certainly isn't the only remedy, we can learn during different situations what pushes our buttons and causes triggers. So for example, if you have a child and when they cry too much, it makes you feel upset or nervous, you may figure out how to keep your calm and cool during those situations. So I've often taught people something called changing the channel. So if you're a parent and you're in the house and your child is screaming and yelling and getting upset, you may feel like it's almost impossible to stay calm and peaceful. But I've learned that when you're in that situation, you have to say, what can I think of? Maybe you remember a time you were at the park and you felt peaceful. Maybe you think of a time you were at the beach and you were on the ocean and the waves were crashing against the water and you just felt happy and joyful. And even changing your thoughts for a few seconds and saying, I'm remembering that time I had a lot of fun at the beach, or I'm remembering when I was going for a hike and I felt surrounded by nature and trees. And when you think about that, it shifts you out of the current situation that you're in. I also want to share that when I'm in the car and I'm with the kids, if they're crying, it can be very stressful because you're stuck driving. And I often pick up my son from school, and I used to pick up my daughter in a car line, and we'd be waiting for about 45 minutes. And if my son was crying the whole time, it was so difficult to handle all of those feelings and to be able to say, what am I going to do? Because I was stuck here. There were cars in front of me and behind me, and I literally couldn't go anywhere for 45 minutes. So during that time, I listened to music. I've always been a fan of all different genres of music, and by hearing certain songs, I would feel happier or calmer. I try not to play them too loud because I didn't want to bother my son while he was upset, but I found, what? He can be crying, but I can still find a way to bring some joy and light in my life. And if I listened to some music, it made it feel better and made me happier. I could also listen to spiritual speakers. Sometimes by going to the library, I could get audiobooks where they would have different speakers, and just doing that and thinking of something different, because oftentimes when we're in that situation, we say, oh no, I can't handle it. He's screaming all day, or she's crying, or she's making a mess. And maybe that happens. The house is a mess and you're feeling really discombobulated by everything going on. You start to get worried and angry, and all these feelings kind of come together and make you feel sad. And I believe that you can do it differently. You can say to yourself, I'm going to be able to stay calm and peaceful. And this goes for work situations too. If you have a job or you're working with your business, when things get stressful, say, I'm taking a time out. Go for a walk, go to the bathroom, go outside, take a couple minutes, say, I'm not going to let this take over my mind. It's important for me to work. I need the living that I'm making, or I need to build what I'm building. And by just doing that and removing yourself from the situation, it's very helpful. Even if you're in a situation where you feel like your coworkers are hostile, take a minute. You don't have to yell or get angry because you could lose your job, but say, I'm going to be back in a minute. And you go for a walk. You come back, and oftentimes just taking that few seconds to change can make things much healthier and happier. Even in relationships too, when you're having a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, and you feel like you want to say something really mean or do something really nasty, take a break. Say, I don't want to fight with you right now. I want to walk away, and I'll come back in a minute and see if we can change. And even that 1 minute of thinking of saying something different or doing something different, it may lead you to feeling happier and healthier. And I will admit that no human being is perfect. We all have times where we're angry or upset or scared or pissed off. And when we feel those emotions, it's just helpful to not be overwhelmed by them and find really simple solutions to not let them take over. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I do a really awesome life coaching program by phone. You can learn about it. My website's bipolaronline.com, blakelevinecoaching.com. That's bipolaronline.com and blakelevinecoaching.com. I also have a number of books. I'm going to share two with you below. One is called The Positive Worker. It talks about having an optimistic attitude at work. The other one is called Depression, Bipolar, and Heroin, and it shares about about my little brother dying of a heroin overdose, and stories and inspiration for anyone impacted by mental health and addiction issues. I want to thank you so much, and I pray for you today. Life gets better. It's almost Thanksgiving here, 2017, and I'm looking forward to a peaceful, hopefully calm week. Thanks.